Hey everyone, welcome to the stream. So today we are going to be talking about crafting a Dreamy pad sound in Reaktor. So welcome to today's sound design session. I'm DannyXander, and today we're going to be creating a Dreamy sound pad from scratch using Reaktor pads. So pads are great for adding atmosphere and depth to your music. So let's dive in and create something lush and possibly evolving. So first we're going to go into our core modules inside of Reaktor. We're going to go, there's several different options inside of Reaktor. If we restart our program, you can see that when we open it up, we're going to be greeted with several different options. One is to play instruments inside of Reaktor, one is to patch them together, and another is to actually build from scratch synth samplers and effects. So today we're going to go into the build section and we're going to build something. So when you open up the build section, you have several different options. You can play, you can use the library, or you can use files from your computer. So if we go into the player section, you can see that we have instruments and effects here. And the library section, we have those core factory content, and then we have our files, which are local computer files. Today we're going to be going into more of the block side, so we're using the blocks to build out our pad. So now we're going to connect up core modules which we'll need. So those are going to be our basic modules, which are our blocks, primes. So we're going to go into blocks, util. We're going to add in a note util, note in. We're going to add in, also we're going to need is a oscillator. We're going to need an oscillator here. We add in our oscillator. And from there, we add in our next pieces, which is our mix 4. And that's going to help us to put together our sound. So we add in a mix 4. Okay. And then we're going to add in an amp. So this is going to be the next piece we're going to need. Our amp. So we bring that in. And those are our main basic pieces. So let's play this simple setup and hear the raw oscillator sound. Okay, so let's hear the raw oscillator. And that's our raw oscillator sound that's coming through. Just a basic raw oscillator. And so as you can hear, we just have a basic raw oscillator sound here. And now we're going to be adding some more stuff to it. So let's do it. So it's our basic raw oscillator sound. So once that's done, we're going to then be adding in some more things. So let's now add an LFO to spice it up and make it better. So we're going to bring in our LFO and connect that up. And we can see we modulate the pitch with that. And we could even change the wave shape. And then we can also add a filter so we can filter our sound. I'm gonna bring that in. gonna add that after the oscillator. So now we got a filter. Let's go ahead and organize our panel so that everything is in a neat column. Okay, so now we're going to add in one more piece. And that's going to be most likely, let's manipulate our filter first. So we've now changed the filter cutoff to make it shorten it and emphasize the high mids. So here's how it sounds. And then we can add some delay. So let's add that in. Let's add in some delay. Bring in our delay. And let's hook that up. Okay, so now we've added a delay module and we've added some feedback. Let's try Pong. Okay, and then let's layer the sound. Let's add another oscillator in and bring up the sound. So we've added in a secondary oscillator. And we're going to hook that oscillator up to port 2. And let's see. We'll call this oscillator 2. And we'll call this oscillator 1. Just so we can keep them named and organized. There we go. And let's bring up the sound. And let's see. Okay, looks like it's we got our sound back. Okay, so that filter should filter out some of the high end. And then finally, we tweak our LFO speed. We're going to tweak our LFO speed and introduce some variations to give our pad sounds a more organic field. Okay, so now we've tweaked that a little bit. So we got ourselves a pad sound. And now So to recap, we built ourselves a pad sound using an oscillator, an LFO for movement, a filter for shaping, and effects for delay and spaciousness. We've layered an oscillator to add another layer of depth, and and that's all for today. So I hope you found this quick session helpful, and I do make sure you like and follow for more sound design tutorials. I'll be back for more Reaktor tips soon, and until then, keep experimenting and happy sound designing. If you have any questions or suggestions for future streams, drop them in the chats below, and have fun sound designing this one.